The instrument in some way was a way to isolate or bring out that quality that already exists all around us. That we are occupying living buildings that are constantly in flux, that their temperature is changing, that it is absorbing heat, it is releasing light, that all of these things create a kind of motion within the built infrastructure that we may not perceive, and yet we partake in and we shape every day. C010106 is a pair of apparatuses which perform a similar set of relations in a way that is allowing people to start to understand their co-authorship of location. If I understand the space is responding to me, and you understand the space is responding to me, that then we can shape this space together somehow through our coordinated action over time. The piece is located at a crossroads and switches between these two crossroads through an insertion of 8 pieces of glass as 2 discrete apparatuses that work in tandem and unite in a certain way the space below the bridge and the space above the bridge and the space from beyond the bridge at which you look towards the bridge and see these vertical relationships as stacked. It somehow extends out beyond itself and brings in the world around it. So you experience yourself, you experience the sky changing, you experience the shadows as they pass across the grass plane, you experience the reflections of others, you see the lights go on in the buildings behind you. All of these changes that are happening in our environment become the subject of this work, and they also become the object of this work. I'd really like people to become aware of the extent of their own presence and how that extent shapes others. I increasingly feel that we are connected to each other and that our connection is actually a very somatic and embodied one. And even as we become able to connect more immediately through technology, there's a way that we become increasingly remote or abstracted from one another. I'm extremely interested in how that actual overlapping presence can bring us into a greater awareness of where we are and of how we are within our sort of daily patterns of living.